This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Normally I ask for his soliloquy, but I am instead this week going to say he's got to help me with the story that I just simply don't understand. The concern or discussion about the Chicago Bears and the fact that they could possibly have their stadium located in Hammond, Indiana. I actually know about Hammond, Indiana, because I'm from Indiana and have been there many times. It's a dinky little place. But the reason I need your help, Gary, is the discussion about the Bears' home field being in another state. The New York Giants moved to New Jersey 50 years ago.
Before you get to your soliloquy,
okay,
because that's what it sounds like. Because
no, I'm done.
No, you're not.
That's it?
No, because we're going to come back.
All right.
Because I don't have a show where I'm on every single day. But I have to start with the Green Bay Packers and Rich Bisaccia.
Oh yes, good point. You haven't been on since he quit or got fired or quit. I think it is the proper word.
All of that, all of the above.
Yeah, take it away. You're right. This deserves.
All of the above.
This goes first. Yep.
All of the above, Homer. Mm-hmm. All of the above, and I'm sure, like most Packer fans, everybody was shocked. I was shocked.
I was
shocked
as well
because it was so late. What are we waiting on? Why did we wait so late to make this move? Unless you have someone in-house. Unless you have someone in-house, you knew that that's going to be the job. But when you want like the best special teams coach, they're going to be gone right away. It was so puzzling. It just doesn't make any sense. And just like the Packer way, Homer,
yeah,
they're always and normally this should have been today at like 6 o'clock. They didn't do it. They gave the media a reprieve. But they did it after 6 o'clock, right? Was that Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't know. I think I have an answer to that for you, too. I can help you with an answer to these things.
They gave us Wednesday, so after 6 o'clock, so you couldn't talk about it on your shows, but yet you can come back the next day, wake up in the morning, all the shows, and get a chance to talk about it. The Packers are so predictable, and like they think that they're playing the media in ways that, well, we don't want you to talk about it. We want to bury the story. Well, we're not going to bury the story. We're going to talk about it. I just think that it just wasn't a good look by the Packers. And I don't know what they did. I don't know if they came to an agreement or it took a long time for them to get to this place. But it just wasn't a good look from an organization like the Green Bay Packers. I don't get it. Go ahead, Homer.
No, I agree with you 100%. I can tell you what happened. He changed his mind. He decided he didn't want to do it. And they had no idea this was coming, and that's why it took that long. It's the only possible explanation.
No, I don't think he changed his mind. Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think they said, just let us know.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty much the same thing to me, but they didn't put a time frame on it, right?
No, just let us know. I think there were some discussions with Rich Bisaccia, and I don't know, I don't have anybody on the inside, but I think there were some discussions with Rich Bisaccia, and some things needed to be changed. What do you want to do?
Yeah. But I want to follow up with that. I don't believe that they are so stupid that when they said we need a decision, that they meant he could take this long. So that's why I think they were under the impression he was coming back because whatever time frame his decision was to be under, he broke it. Do you think they're stupid enough that they would say, tell us when you decide, but not put a time frame on it so that they could get a good replacement if they needed one?
I think what they didn't want to do was fire him.
Right.
And that's why we are where we are. I think they wanted him to go. I think they probably made that known because they probably put some changes in what they wanted him to do. And I think then, you're right, it goes back to what you said. You know what? I'm done.
Yeah. And the weird part is that this is someone that they talked about with an importance as far as the culture. That's the new phrase. I don't think they ever called it culture when you played. It was just like the attitude or I don't know what the phrase was. Culture is kind of did they ever talk about a culture for you with a football team or sports team? I don't remember that being used. It was just.
Yeah, culture is always a thing.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Culture is always a thing.
Did they use that word, culture?
Yes, in all walks of sports.
All right.
It's really about the culture in the locker room.
Okay.
The culture.
He was a big part of that culture,
staff.
correct? Isn't that what we were told?
Yes. That's what we're told.
In his decision, did he not make a huge violation of the most basic culture ever? Even if you had a bad culture, you would say that he violated that culture.
But what you don't know if he violated because the Packers were complicit in the violation. That's what you don't know.
I don't.
They were complicit because if you're saying
yes,
take your time,
yes,
whatever you want,
right,
let us know.
Yeah.
If you're saying that, they're complicit.
Yes, if that was the case. That's why I don't think that was the case. I don't think. Now, the only way they could have left the door open.
I think they wanted to make changes.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to fire him.
So what if I'm confused there. So that meant they knew he was not coming back, or they told him he was not coming back, or
I think they gave him some things, some changes, and they kind of left it up to him. And that's just me. And it
I agree with that. I mean, I believe that. I just can't believe
they left it on the table.
They would not have said to him.
They didn't have the galls to fire him.
Okay, but wouldn't they tell him we need to know by a certain time? That's like basic stuff, right?
But Homer, do they have the defensive side of the coaching staff figured out yet? Have they hired everybody?
Well, I don't think so, but a coach is different than a director of one of the three
I understand.
Of the team.
I understand. It's still, to me, it's the same thing.
All right.
You still don't have your defensive coaching staff filled out yet. I still believe that they don't have their offensive coaching staff filled out yet. They've been dragging their feet on this forever. The whole coaching staff forever. It started out with is Matt LaFleur? Is he coming back? Is Goody? Is he coming back? Is Russ Ball? I mean, that took it was like pulling teeth to get that information out. They've been dragged, and then all of a sudden then Mannion leaves, right? Mannion leaves, and then now you need someone to step. That was another 2 weeks before you announced that it was going to be Getsky. Now, who takes Getsky's spot?
Well, he was an assistant to that, I think. So
doesn't matter. You still need a guy there.
Yeah, but that's like 100th on the.
I'm nitpicking. I know I am.
Yes,
but I'm building my case. Right. I'm building my case is the Green Bay Packers have been dragging their feet on hiring people in the coaching staff. And Bisaccia is the straw that broke the camel's back for most people, but it's been much of the same since the season ended.
Okay, yeah. If they didn't put any timetable, maybe they thought, given that he's a man of such intense importance to the culture that they know that he'd be smart enough to inform them as soon as possible. Right? Would you think that? Would you think they would believe that? Or you just see it as reflective of all the positions?
I think it's reflective of everything they've done with their coaching staff up until this point. Just look at it.
All right.
Look, I laid it out to you.
I know you did. Yeah.
It took them, and I'm being facetious, it took them 5 months to announce whether they were going to give the contract to the big three. It wasn't 5 months, folks, but it took a while, right? And
yes.
then when they finally got around to announce that, they announced it. And then Jeff Hafley leaves. Then now you got to go get a new defensive coordinator. Now you go get Gannon.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got to fill his coaching staff out. Guys who's coming and going. That's not even done yet, Homer. Go look at it. That's not filled. And then you had Mannion leave. And then it took them a week or so to figure out whether it was going to be Getsky or not. And they may have known all these things and not let us know. They don't have to tell us anything. I'm
correct.
100% that they don't. They don't owe us anything. But it just, from the outside looking in, it just feels like it's not the way an organization should be ran.
Yeah. I mean, I especially get the point here. I don't know with the others. I mean, you'd have to look around with other teams and see what positions are available, as if the Packers are in fact much slower than other teams.
Well, what you think? Do you think they're slower than other teams?
Yeah, a little bit, but this one is I mean, the coaching positions, I think they're of so little significance that I don't know that you lose out when you don't go as fast, as I think there are more than enough people out there, and I don't see any rush to fill those positions. It's February. They don't play again. They don't get together for like 5 months. Now the coordinators, I think are important because those are what?
I can't believe you're saying this.
I'm just saying that I refuse to believe that
all coaches are important.
Some more so than others. Come on.
Some more so than others.
Yes. And the coordinators would be the three important positions.
Not necessarily true.
Okay.
I would say your position coach may be more important than the coordinator, because he developed the Green Bay Packers program. Isn't draft and development, isn't that their mantra?
It is, yeah.
Young players.
Right.
So you need to have, probably your position coach may be more important to you than the coordinator, because the development of the players becomes hands-on with your position coach. That's where it starts. The coordinator is only sending down the information of what the game plan is. But how can I bring out the extra inside a player? That is the position coach. His job is the most important. That's what he does. Who develops the players? Is it the coordinators or the position coach? Homer?
The position coaches.
Yes. That's who develops the players.
But see, I think 85% of that is how good they are, and that's on the general manager. The general manager to me is 100 times more important than a position coach.
So you can have guys, but the Packers don't operate like that. You can have guys
they do.
You can have guys that like Michael Parsons, and you say he don't even need a coach. Just throw the ball out there. Lawrence Taylor, he doesn't need a coach. Just throw the ball out there. Just let him do what he want to do. But for the most part, the National Football League is made of 90% of guys like me, probably like 95%.
Right.
There's only maybe 380, 90 Hall of Famers, great players.
Right.
You have a team, if you're the Green Bay Packers, you probably only have one great player that you don't have to coach. Everybody else, you got to coach up.
Correct.
Jordan Love, you had to coach up.
Yeah. But let's look like my answer to you is let's look at Seattle versus the Packers.
Coached up.
No.
Yes.
The man picking the players has done a way better job at picking players. You think it's the position coaches that have made Seattle better than the Packers?
Let me ask you this.
Really?
You saw Seattle. Did you see anybody out there look like Myles Garrett or Michael Parsons?
Maybe defensively, not that good.
No, you did not.
Right.
Coached up.
Oh,
You did not see one. You did not see one Reggie White. You did not see one Myles Garrett. You did not see one Michael Parsons out there on the defense.
Why did the Packers become good? Hold on. The Packers. Why were your teams? Your teams.
Who's the best quarterback? Who's the best cornerback in the league? Who's the best cornerback in the league?
I don't know.
He ain't on Seattle.
I don't know.
He ain't on Seattle.
But I'm saying,
That's
look, you played on the Packers when they weren't that good. You're saying the reason you weren't good is because the coaches weweren't good? The reason you weren't good is because the people drafting sucked.
No.
And when Ron Wolf showed up, all of a sudden the players,
true.
Oh, come on. You can't believe that. You don't think Ron
better
Wolf
coaches. It's twofold. They got better coaches.
And
the culture changed. Better coaches. The culture changed. And what they did with the organization, it was a complete overhaul. It was everything. It wasn't one thing.
No, what thing is more important?
What's more important, the principal or the plumber? They didn't draft Brett Favre. They didn't draft Reggie White. They drafted Roy Butler. That was the only guy that was held over.
He put
that
all
was
that
a guy.
team together. The general manager doesn't just draft. He put the entire team together.
Disagree.
You think it was? You think the difference between your teams? Hold on. The difference between your teams and when the Packers got good was the difference in the position coaches. You can't believe that.
Absolutely.
I give up.
And the culture.
The culture. What's the culture?
Well, because once again, the culture was us, and I hate doing this, but the culture with the Packers when I played wasn't a great one.
They weren't. The players weren't any good.
Hold on. No. Culture now. We had guys in and out of jail the whole doggone time I was there.
That is also true.
We had proceedings where guys were in court across the hall from one another. Culture. They changed the whole culture. They changed everything.
They did,
but it wasn't just that. And you're smiling and laughing, smirking, but you know what that culture was when I played.
I know.
And it didn't. And then you can't be that way and not have it seep over onto the field.
Well, no, that culture was the result of the person picking the players, Forrest Gregg, who had no idea how to put a team together. And you give coaches the situation of trying to work with people that you can't work with, all because of who they selected. Ron Wolf comes in, puts a team together with the right kind of people.
No. Yes, he did the right kind of people, which changed everything.
You think the coaches, if Ron Wolf's coaches had come in and coached when you were playing, that would have dramatically changed your team?
How about this? We'd have been better than 8-8.
9-7.
Doesn't matter. We'd have been better than 8-8.
I don't know, you were 4-12 some years too.
That was my last year, but my first couple years there were 8-8.
Right, but that was with four. I mean, yes, Forrest was 8-8, and then
Forrest 8-8. Bart, I think, was 8-8 a couple years too.
Yeah,
and that was coaching.
So the difference between
that could have been at least 2 games, and who knows once you get in the playoffs how you catch fire.
Right.
Absolutely, you know it 100%.
No, I don't. I'll never believe
coaching.
No, players. I can find hundreds of coaches to coach the players that Ron Wolf put together on that team.
Give me the best player for the Seattle Seahawks right now.
I don't know. They have a great defense. I don't know.
No, they have great coaching. They don't at this point today, Homer, they do not have a Hall of Famer on that defensive side.
They
of football.
Will when they win.
They don't have.
They don't
like I'll just go on. They don't have a Michael Parsons or a Myles Garrett on that defense.
When
but what
Seattle
they do have,
is done winning,
what they do have is guys that are coached up, tight with their game, and where they're supposed to be.
When they win, there will be 3 Hall of Fame players on that defense when they're all done. And we'll see. But they're not Hall of Fame yet because they're so young. But they'll have 3 by the time they're done winning. Wow.
Okay.
I didn't know the coach. Well,
you need to stop.
No.
You amaze me sometimes.
I didn't.
Sometimes I think you just put stuff on just to be putting stuff on.
No, I don't.
You need to stop. Stop.
You put Schneider as the general manager for the Green Bay Packers and all the same coaches for the last whatevers. They would have been in a Super Bowl. Same coaches, different GM.
No, if right now, Homer, and I
8 years ago, he takes the job that Goody had. They will have played in a Super Bowl with exactly the same coach.
I think
There's got to be a discount liquor Twitter poll question. What?
Michael McDonald? No, it's not. Michael McDonald right now is a better head coach than Matt LaFleur.
Okay. Who picked him?
Doesn't matter who picked him.
Same guy. He puts a team together.
I understand what you're saying, but he's got more out of those players than what we've gotten out of ours.
Okay. So that would be the difference to you.
And you can always go all the way back to the San Francisco 49ers. They had just as many injuries as we did this year.
Correct.
And felt like they never missed a beat.
Not as much. Didn't appear to be as much. All right. We have the second quarter. We've got to come up with a discount liquor Twitter poll question. Pebble will do that. I want to mention Milwaukee Weight Loss.
Come on.
A weight loss program, and it works. This is the reason I agreed to do it, because other people told me it works. It's worked for me. And I assume that at the end of the 2 months where you have 60 days, that I'll be down, I believe I'll be down 30 pounds. Right now, I'm down 19.
What?
Yeah, I'm down 19 already.
And what are you doing?
It's their program. It's what you eat, and you can go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and get all the particulars. All you need to know is the weight loss program works. The reason I did it was because other people told me it works, and I thought, can't be that easy, and it's worked. There's no crazy workouts, no packaged meals, no where you have to take a shot each day or something like that. So the key is look it up, see how they do it. There's a special Valentine's month. Milwaukee Weight Loss sharing the love with $300 off during the Valentine's sale now through February 28th only. If I could explain it in 10 words or less, you eat less and surprisingly don't feel like you need and want to eat more. But how it works for everybody can be a little bit different, but go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com, 262-235-3980, MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Second quarter next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We took care of the disabled semi on eastbound 894 right at the Loomis ramp. So that's good news. Bad news is we've got problems as far as delays are concerned. They're still sticking around from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to that point. So, still got to factor that in. Southbound 43 backing up from North Avenue down through the Marquette to just over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, we've got delays from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing from the Zoo to just before Hawley Road. Then you're back on the brakes coming out of the Stadium interchange to 35th. Other than that, we're actually looking pretty good around the rest of the system. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, flurries with a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lahazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kyle Bruston Nortman.
We need the final end here.
Oh, okay. Screw you, Ben, bro.
KBN.
Brian Gutekunst is going to have his best offseason of his entire career. I've been thinking about roster development lately and what Goody has in store for him. And I don't see any way this team can become a title contender unless Goody has the best offseason of his whole career.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Calling all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce, and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The second quarter of the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. We can only hope it's as good as the first quarter. And now, speaking of his partners, Gary Ellerson.
Home team, we'll talk about good friends over at the Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Guys, they're rolling to the third tournament of the season, and there's $1,000 in cash prizes on the line. They're running a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale. You can play it indoors on their spacious, state-of-the-art simulators, no weather excuses. It's just $120 per team, and you've got through February the 28th to get your round in. Sign up right now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. TPC Sawgrass, cash prizes, and great golf, all at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, discussing the importance of position coaches. Pebble, you have the Discount Leaguer Twitter poll question up?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
That is as to
who is to blame for it taking so long for special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia to announce him leaving the Packers? Bisaccia himself, the front office, or both?
Would you like to vote on that, Gary Ellerson?
Yes, both.
I vote Bisaccia.
I think the Packers gave him an out, and he took as long as he wanted.
Right. Wow.
And they're part of the blame.
Yeah, if they did that, then yes. Because
they didn't want to fire him.
Okay, but
they wanted to save face.
So okay, they wanted to save face, but did he agreed to leave? But they said you can take as much time as you need.
As much time as you need. Let us know.
So he left because they told him to leave.
I don't know if they told him to leave. I think there were some stipulations.
Oh.
I mean, to me, let me just say, and it's just me.
I know, because we all are guessing.
Much like Harbaugh in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the owner asked him to make some changes
he knew
on his coaching staff. And Harbaugh goes, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yes.
It happens all the time.
It does. My view is that they expected him to come back, wanted him to come back, and for whatever reason, at this point, he just decided I can't do this. Now, someone
Because
suggested to me.
But he felt uncomfortable.
Or he may
for
have.
some reason.
Or someone suggested and it made sense, that maybe he thought he would go to college. Like, if he goes to another pro team, then they can say whatever they want. He got fired, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't go to another pro team this year, then that would make us still wonder. We're each going to have our opinion, but it would make us wonder, correct?
Right.
And if he goes to a college team, then he can make it look like that would make it look like he just wanted to go in a different direction. Whether or not he was pushed out by the Packers, we don't know.
What guys in pros would want to go to college right now?
He had somebody that he knew in a college system, because the one would be Bill Belichick, but the college game is now viewed as professional football, and there will be some that think, I'm in the pros still. I'm taking young players and developing them and making them better, which is exactly what you do as special teams coach. You take the lowest end of the players, and you're supposed to find a way to make them better, right? Make them good enough in the special teams. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing in the NCAA, because that's really now professional football. So we'll see if that happens. But you're right, not that many. But coaching in college would seem to me to be more like coaching in the pros than ever before, right?
I think there's too many twists and turns right now in college football.
Yeah. So
there's no guardrails right now.
Yes. But you're dealing with how to handle players that are getting paid, and we'll see. I certainly,
because there's guardrails in the NFL.
Correct. Yes.
College sports is the wild, wild west. Do what you want.
Yes, agreed. But they're going to get some. There are going to be some guardrails.
This guy, real quick. This guy, you may not know, Malachi Tony, little receiver from Miami.
Oh yeah, number 10.
No, I think, is he number 10? I don't know.
I don't know. Who's the young kid? He was supposed to be a senior in high school. He was supposed to be a senior in high school.
I think it was a freshman
Tony,
last year.
number 10 receiver.
Yeah, $5 million.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. $5 million.
$1.4 million yearly, $500K additional each season. He finished at Miami. Unlimited use of Boosters billionaire John Ruiz private yacht. Private suite for any Dolphins home game he wishes.
Is that all? I would have thought it's more.
There's more.
I thought the wide receiver at Ohio State, who was it this year, was a sophomore.
I'm sure there's
Smith.
more.
I thought he was at 4 or 5.
But that's what you're dealing with right now. I would not want to coach college football. I think Indiana's doing it right. We'll see how long they can do it right.
Right.
Because before long, it's going to be convoluted like that.
Right. At some point, they have to create.
And I hate to, I don't want to bang on my good friend Pebble in Michigan, but you're going to find out that you're paying that Underwood kid that they got at quarterback.
Yeah, too
much money.
Yes.
Oh, he was only an 18-year-old
it.
freshman. That's what he does this year.
Or coaching wasn't good enough, because they had a lot of stuff going on inside that program.
Yeah, I guarantee the coaching wasn't good enough.
See? Whoa. What did he say? Did he say coaching was good?
Coaching wasn't good enough.
Does coaching matter, Pebble? Did
Hold
you
on.
say that?
Go ahead. Say head coaching.
All coaching.
No.
Right.
All coaching.
So
Michigan
who decides
internally.
who decides who the coaches are, Pebble?
Who decides who the coaches are? The front office.
No, at Michigan.
Oh, at Michigan,
the head coach.
Technically the athletic director, but the head coach anyway.
Yeah.
The boosters have some say
Over the coaches? Seriously?
Yes.
The head coaches. Yeah.
No. Once the head coach.
Once the head coaches, it's the head coach. Yeah.
Head coach is picking the coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, but the head coaches that he had, Homer, there was so much other outside noise.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree.
Inside the program.
Yeah.
that lends itself where these guys can't coach the way that they should.
I mean, whatever the situation is in the
agree
pros.
or disagree?
100%. Yep. Outside distractions are a very big deterrent.
They generally are you're talking about kids even younger than the pros. So
I'm talking about coaching now. Now we're going back to coaching again, which you don't think coaching matters, but it does.
I mean, I said it matters, but the person picking the players, the person putting the team together, the general manager of the pro team is 8 times more important than the coaches. I can
disagree.
I know.
Disagree.
What would you say? How much more important would you say?
But hold on, we've seen these, and I can't give you an example right now. But we've seen these things. We've seen these things where there have been talent on coaching staffs or players. There have been talent, and they brought in new coaching, and these guys get a bump. They play better because they're coached up. We've seen evidence of that all over. You've been doing this for 100 years.
Correct. Yes.
You've seen it.
Right.
You've seen where guys have came into programs and took over programs with kids that were still there from the year before, and they're different players because of coaching. I'm not telling you anything new. I don't know why you're trying to buck the system on this.
Because that aspect of it, while accurate, is significantly smaller than the person who puts the team together. And in the professional
I'm not saying you're not wrong, but what I'm saying to you is you're not putting enough weight on coaching.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you.
I know. Well, I will gladly, if I'm going to be, if that is what I'm going to be, yes, I would say that's correct, compared to you especially.
Yes.
Because I've witnessed teams that were bad and teams were good, and the major difference was the person in charge. The Packers stunk from the time Vince Lombardi left, 67 to 30 years, because the person putting the team together stunk.
Let me give you, let me give you my first view of Ron Wolf.
Right.
And this is just small, minute.
Okay, hold on. We're going to take a break, and then because this is a good tease. Gary Ellerson on Ron Wolf. You did not play for the Packers when Ron Wolf was the general manager. Okay.
No.
But everybody's aware of Ron Wolf, and everybody has some comments or interaction on him, and certainly you will as well. The third quarter with Gary Ellerson on Ron Wolf. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
They took care of the disabled semi on eastbound 894 right at the Loomis ramp. So that's good news. Bad news is we've got problems as far as delays are concerned. They're still sticking around from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to that point. So, still got to factor that in. Southbound 43 backing up from North Avenue down through the Marquette to just over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, we've got delays from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing from the Zoo to just before Hawley Road, then you're back on the brakes coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th. Other than that, we're actually looking pretty good around the rest of the system. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, flurries with a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lahazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to American writer H.L. Mencken, a well-stocked bar can create over 17 billion different cocktails. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. I don't know if 17 billion is accurate or not, but I do know that Discount Liquor is the place to find everything you need to be well-stocked for any occasion. Discount Liquor is Wisconsin's home to over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,500 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. Our unparalleled selection is rivaled only by our incredible savings and everyday low prices. And we know how to take care of our customers, no matter the occasion. In fact, Discount Liquor has won numerous national and local awards. Visit Discount Liquor at our Milwaukee or Waukesha locations. Family owned and operated since 1960.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
In Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow. Check out our specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28 at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Three Pillars Senior Living Communities. I talk about it, and I always mention 300 acres because I think that's the most important thing. That big. That's a city, 300 acres. Beautiful setting along the Bark River on 300 acres in Dousman, so they can be a top-ranked full continuum community with active adult and independent living, or assisted living and memory care, or skilled nursing and rehab, and incredible wellness programs, and a long list of activities. You can walk 10 miles. Why? Because they got 300 acres, and it makes their amazing staff even that much more amazing, giving all they can do with, together now, 300 acres. 3pillars.org. 3pillars.org. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. The third quarter. Oh, this is going to be good. Gary Ellerson on Ron Wolf, who I believe is the major reason that the Green Bay Packers turned things around. Green Bay has not been title town since 1967. They have been nothing more than a significant group of other cities. They have won 2 Super Bowls, and the only reason they've won any is because of Ron Wolf. And now, Gary Ellerson.
Well, no, this may not do it for you, but when we start talking about culture and changing things.
Yeah.
Before Ron got there, we could go to the ticket guy and we could get tickets and for other people. Now, they had to pay for them because we had to pay for them. But we could get tickets for other people. But those other people, we could put them in those, just say, Homer, you call me and you says, hey, man, can you get me 2 tickets? Oh, yeah, sure, I'm going to get you 2 tickets. We got to pay for them. And guess what? I have them in will call in your name. And you could just go to the will call and pick them up because I would request that for you. When Ron took over, I proceeded to do the same thing that I've always done with the tickets. I get a call from Ron Wolf, personally, and says, yeah, Gary Ellerson, yes, this Ron Wolf. How you doing, Mr. Wolf? Hey, listen, if you want tickets and you're going to put them in somebody else's name, that can no longer happen. You have to be here to get the tickets.
Okay.
That's a convenience for me because I'm not going to the game.
Right. He's saying you want tickets, you got to go to the game.
But if you wanted to give them to someone else, great. But we're no longer doing that as how we used to do it.
Right.
Small thing.
And your thought was what?
It changed.
Mm-hmm.
And there are significant changes amongst each coaching staff or each general manager how they want to do things. And to me, Ron thought when he got there, he had to change. You say culture doesn't matter, but the whole culture inside of 1265 Lombardi on how they were doing business, which sets the stage for how the program is going to be run.
And do you know, because my story would say, do you know how he felt he changed the culture? By the players that he brought in. He drafted, for example, Terrell Buckley over Troy Vincent because he thought, and he didn't tell me this, he told other people this, that Buckley would help change the culture in that locker room because he thought they were a bunch of, I can't use the word, and that Buckley had some swagger and some confidence that would help change the culture. And we'll ask, somebody can ask Ron Wolf, the way he felt the culture would change most is by the players that he brought in there. And getting Reggie White would change the culture of how other players would view Green Bay and be willing to come in. How much do you buy that?
Well, those are two different cultures. But two things can be true.
They're two different cultures?
But you can't. Yeah, well, Terrell Buckley and Reggie White are not the same.
Right, but I mean the attempt to make the team tougher and have a better culture.
Opposite is a spectrum.
Right.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
You can't have a bunch of choir boys.
Correct.
So you have to take a chance on a couple guys that got a little rough around the edge, and bring them together with a lot of other guys inside the locker room.
Right.
And but your dominant force in the locker room,
isn't
Terrell Buckley.
Correct. It's going to be a
dominant
veteran.
force in the locker room is 92.
Right.
That's the culture. We need 59. That'd be Wayne Simmons. We need guys like 59. Don't get me wrong. To get it, we need guys like Keith Jackson too. Right. But at the head of the house, who's sitting at the front table, is 92.
And for the success of the team, who's more important and how much more important, the people that you just mentioned or the position coaches?
Well, I think it was to me, Homer, I can't give you one thing over another on that because I think it was a whole cultural change. And I think they did right by assembling that team. And when they assembled that team with Reggie White, because Brett was already there, Leroy was already there. Yeah. When they assembled that team, they assembled really a perfect team.
Leroy might have been part of that culture.
100%.
Yeah.
100% he was.
All right, Thief.
And that,
go ahead.
Yeah, but that puts you more in line with, Leroy is more in with Reggie.
Yes. Definitely.
Fiscal. Brett was somewhere else out there.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes, Brett was
somewhere else.
Dude's crazy, but we can win with him.
We can win with him.
Yes.
My favorite story. Let me just give my favorite story.
Hold on. We're going to break, and then we're going to find a story. You did great with Ron Wolf. Now we're going to have
my favorite Brett Favre story.
We're taking a break. This is what a tease is supposed to be. Gary Ellerson on Brett Favre. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite, and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack, crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through February 22nd, our listeners can get 35% off all Iron Jock orders over $50 with the code ESPN35. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Fisco Auto Body, a family business owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are, and they still own the business. They didn't sell it. So the Fiscos are still working on your cars. That's how they can be so good. Imagine how many years they've been doing it. Imagine the age at which they started. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. So, expert workmanship, guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Any damage, Fisco has you covered. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. So you remember the name. And now, Gary Ellerson with his Brett Favre story. This is going to be good.
Well, it's actually not my story, but it's a story that was told to me by someone else.
Yes, that's still good.
The Packers were playing, was it St. Louis in St. Louis?
The year they won the Super Bowl?
Brett threw, what, about
six. That was against Kurt Warner's team. The Packers had no chance whatsoever in that game, but he did throw 6, I believe.
And everybody knows I'm good friends with Leroy Butler. So Leroy tells me the story on the 4th interception. They're running off the field and they're passing one another. And Roy goes, "What's going on, Brett? What are you doing?" And Brett looked at Leroy deadpan and says, hell, Leroy, I might throw 4 more.
See, and I don't think Brett.
And Leroy said,
go ahead.
And Leroy says, let's go get the ball back, fellas. Hell, Leroy might throw 4 more.
And
that's a team. That's a team.
Yes. And
that's
but
team.
knowing the game, it's like I can tell you my Brett Favre story where Marquette playing Southern Miss, where he played, and they're in the conference with Marquette. Nigel Napier, the third. I can't think of his full name. Regal Napier the third is the sports information director. He said, I said, every time Marquette comes here, I'm doing an interview with you. He goes, no one's ever done that before. I said, I am, and I'm going to ask you to tell me Brett Favre stories. Every year. I want more Brett Favre stories. He said, are we starting now? I said, yeah. I said, what's your first story? He said, Brett Favre was the smartest quarterback who ever played at Southern Miss. You know what I said? Was there another Brett Favre? He said, no, Brett Favre knows where everybody is. He studied things more than everybody else, and he has this incredible arm, so if he knows where everybody is, there can be a half an inch of an opening. He's going to throw it because he can throw it there, but only because he has a great arm and only because he knows exactly where everyone is. That's why he has that confidence. And you know what I said?
What?
That has to be another Brett Favre. This Homer, come on. I should have kept a tape of that. So,
well, the biggest Brett Favre story is that he didn't know what nickel was.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
And he asked Ty Detmer what was nickel. This has been going on for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They keep talking about nickel and nickel.
Yes.
Nickel.
I don't know in college. Maybe he probably knew what 5 defensive backs were, right? They just didn't call it nickel at Southern Miss.
They just didn't call it nickel at Southern Miss. They probably called it something else.
I mean, the people have to be old. This is a Don Hudson, but I'm just telling you, Brett Favre is way smarter than people think, especially about playing the position. Yeah. They used to say about Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw couldn't spell USA if you gave him the U and the S. And clearly, how wrong was that? Well, same concept.
Yeah.
He loved playing along with it.
Yeah.
So, you know how they think about people from the South, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Coaches.
All right.
Coaches versus Jim. I want to thank you for interrupting me. Now, we didn't get to the Bears, and it didn't deserve time, given what you brought up and talked about. That's why we have the Gary Ellerson soliloquy and the epilogue. Brett
all that, whatever it is.
All that. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
National. Next.